I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script, every scene. This from last year, but they clean. Say to say, I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang, the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
What's good, it's Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back at it again with a brand new video, and I wish I wasn't. Because I have to be the bearer of some really bad news. Just stole the tweet from me right here. Tweet from the Carolina Panthers, the worst 6 words you could ever hear, or some of the worst 6 words. Kawaan short, placed on injury reserve. This news just dropped, and when I saw it come up on my phone, I said, wait a minute, hold up. I gotta be reading this name wrong. Are you telling me Kawaan short is basically out for the season? Now, usually when a player goes to IR or injured reserve, it's an 8-week process at minimum where a player can, rehab their injury and come back. But Kawaan short has suffered a partially torn rotator cuff. Stop me if you've heard this before. And he'll be out for the rest of the season. He's getting surgery. He cannot come back. And in response to this, you can see this tweet right here. The Panthers have just called up Bryan Cox Jr. from the practice squad. Now, before I get into Bryan Cox Jr., and I will get into Bryan Cox Jr., I want to bring a little bit of perspective to what this means with Kawaan short being out of the lineup. This is not just another defensive tackle being gone. This is not just the team losing a good defensive tackle. This is the Panthers losing their anchor in the front 7. A guy who was just voted to be a team captain for the first time in his career just this year. A guy who was top 3 or 4 defensive tackle in the league last year. A guy who's been a top DT in the league for several years now. A guy who just in 2017 signed a 5-year, $80 million contract, $45 million guaranteed, $35 million at signing, and he's down. And he's out for the rest of the season. This is going to have huge implications on what the Carolina Panthers can do on defense. Now, we all know that we have a lot of really good pieces on the defense. Brian Burns. We have Dontari Poe working at his 3-4 spot at nose tackle. We have Mario Addison. We got Luke. We got Shaq. We got our backups there, Jermaine Carter, JC. We also got Andre Smith, who won't be in there too much, but we also have Bruce Irvin. We got Joe McCoy this past offseason, which looked clutch then, but looks way more clutch now. We have a lot of guys on the front 7, but Kawaan short, for sure, was definitely one of the most talented on the roster. And if you peep this man Kawaan short's full career stats right here on your screen right now, we won't go over it year by year. Been in the league for 7 years, drafted by Carolina. He's done a lot. He's played 96 games, started 73 of them, 12 passes defended, which is very impressive for a defensive tackle. 12 passes defended, 9 forced fumbles, 6 recoveries. The guy has 32.5 sacks to go along with 286 combined tackles. This man was a force. And we can say he did this all in 6 years because the 7th year is this year and he only played 2 games. He was out for the Arizona and for this last Texans game. This man has been disgusting. And I said he had 32.5 sacks, but that doesn't even take into account the hits on a quarterback. He has 87. 3 this year, so 84 in a 6-year span. This man consistently gets to the quarterback. In fact, just last year in 2018 was the first time in Kawaan short's career he did not have double-digit hits on the quarterback. And he hasn't been getting 10 or 11 hits on the quarterback. He has consistent years of getting 17, 18, 14 hits on the quarterback. This man has meet and greets with every team's quarterback every single year. He will be missed. And to replace him, we're going to have Bryan Cox Jr., who has not really done much of anything. I'm not going to go too far in on Bryan Cox Jr. here. He wasn't really expected to do very much, but he's done a little bit less than we would have wanted, I think. But there is, a silver lining here, because when we signed Bruce Irvin, the first thing he said was that he really wanted to come in and be a mentor to Bryan Cox Jr. Now, Bryan did not make the team, as we all know. I think it wasn't really the most unexpected thing in the world. But we're going to see this man in action, at least rotationally. Between Bryan Cox Jr. and Vernon Butler, we have to see something. We won't get the same kind of production as we would have gotten out of Kawaan short. But between those two, hopefully we can get some percentage of KK, and everyone around them can step up their game as well, because it is a team game. They are a unit, and we really are going to have to come together to try to approximate the kind of impact that Kawaan short has had. And it's even crazier because just like a few weeks ago, the team restructured Kawaan Short and Trey Turner's deals to bring up almost $13 million more to the franchise, and now he's gone. I hope this man is ready to go for next year. Rotator cuffs, does anyone have them for us? Can we please get a stockpile of rotator cuffs somewhere? I don't know, man, but I hope Kawaan Short is good for next year. We have a lot of work to do on our defense, and it'll be a good testament to our team and to our coaching staff if our defense does not miss a beat or misses a minimum kind of a beat there without him. That's all I got for you right now, man. How big of a loss is this KK injury? Can the defense rebound? And who do you think will step their game up and try to maybe become a fraction of what Kawaan Short was for this defense? Can Ron Rivera scheme a defense around missing one of the best players? Or is Eric Washington going to do something? I'm not even sure what his job is, honestly. But what are your thoughts on this news and how the team and the defense specifically will respond? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.